Yeah, g'day. Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, fuck.
Number 2 of the current run.
Of the return of the fucking idiots.
Yes. What's happening?
Nah. Not much.
Good day.
Heaps of stuff and that.
Good day. Bad wind.
Fuck, I can't wait.
Annoying
Weather.
wind.
Wind. Yeah. The sun's fucking mad though.
Yeah, sun's good.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. What's happening? Going to Bo's tonight?
Yeah, going to Bo's.
That wanker.
Fucking Bo. I doubt he even cares.
No, I doubt he even
He's
comes
aware.
to his own thing. Yeah.
He'll be 2 hours late or some shit.
All right. What's happening? Did you
Heaps of stuff in that.
see Dave Chappelle's new stand-up?
Did watch Dave Chappelle's new stand-up.
Good?
I rated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking... Of course, he's good.
I knew I'd love it because that shithole Vice wrote an article about how this Dave Chappelle, we should skip it. I'm like, fuck, you have just encouraged a lot of people to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Nah, he's good. He's just pushing boundaries. I think like...
He's rich enough to.
Yeah, exactly. He talks briefly about that as well, which is good.
Yeah, because it would be like, he talks about how people are coming after him for the things he jokes about. But it's like,
You can sit back.
I'm comfy.
Okay, I don't know if you're in the camera.
But it's like, he's got like Dave Chappelle money.
Yeah.
So he can say the alphabet people.
So
And if someone cracks it, he's like, oh well, fans love me regardless.
I know a little bit, and I'm sure we've talked about it before, but like, what did he do that everyone blacklisted him for a bit? What was that?
Did he get blacklisted?
I don't know. He sent himself into exile, didn't he?
Yeah, it was during the Chappelle show that he was getting 60 mil or something for the 3rd season. And he, so legend goes, he was like halfway through a skit and he's like, fuck this, and just left. And everyone's like, what happened? And he just disappeared to Africa.
Yeah.
And then he came back and after a while, and he was on Oprah and shit, I remember watching it.
Yeah.
And he was just saying how he felt like he was no longer making fun of stereotypes, but he was enforcing stereotypes.
That's right. Yeah.
And there was a skit which you can watch because they released it. I think this was the one where like a Latino person is interacting in real life and he's got like the angel and devil on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And he's getting his car washed. And they're like, oh, you want the fluffy dice from the rearview mirror? And he's like, no. But his angel's like, fuck, you're Latino. Of course you do. Like, and shit like that. And so he ran. And then he
got sick of doing that racial stuff.
But also in one of his early stand-ups, he talks about it. And he said, he goes, people are like, how the fuck did you turn your back on 60 million? He's like, well, I'll explain it to you, right? Let's say someone gives you a big pile of money, this big pile of $60 million, and then they go, it's all yours. But one thing, they just flop their dick out on it, but you got to deal with this first. Would you take the money? Yeah, fuck that. So he's mad dog. His stand-up was brilliant, as genuinely
I had it on,
is.
and like Deb was in the kitchen getting ready for work and shit, and I had it on. I was laughing. And it's like, he is just someone that is pushing boundaries. It's like...
You need people like that.
You do.
Especially now.
You absolutely do. Yeah, and like there was a few moments where I felt uncomfortable, but I think it's the voice in your head going, should you be laughing at this?
Not to give it away, but do you remember what part? Because I never felt uncomfortable.
It was towards the first 20 minutes. And, you know, I think it was the trans stuff. I don't know. No, that was the part that was
You know
fine.
what it might have been? It might have been...
The earlier part.
It might have been the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That might have been the only part.
Yeah, but it was parts just after that. I don't know. But I knew it was funny, and I knew that there's nothing wrong with talking about it. Oh, it's
Not to give it away.
Asian face.
Not to give it away.
The
Asian face. Yeah.
There's that, and it's just shit like that. And I was just like, you can't say that anymore,
Simpsons
but you can.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
Oh, me so sorry.
And he's like, my wife hates that face, and so I do it when I want to annoy her.
She's Asian. His wife's Asian. Yeah, it was great, and that's what you need. You just need people like that to push back against the bull crap. Yeah. I saw in the news there was something where the Prime Minister is under fire because Parliament haven't got change rooms for people who chop and change genders.
Yeah.
It's like, is that? I know it's important for some, but is it important for
Parliament?
But is it important for like 1% of the population?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is. And then there's the people that feel like they need to speak on behalf of those
They're
people.
the good people. Yeah.
Yeah,
a white person saying how a black person feels.
Yeah.
Just hear from the black person, I reckon. What do you got to... Or straight people, we've got to stand up for this right. Okay, but I'd rather hear from the person it's affecting, not you who has never experienced anything.
Like, it's good to fucking...
Get behind
something. It's good to get behind things that are perceived as bad on the whole. Or when it's a specialist thing that you cannot relate to, keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut.
I mean, we're fucking hypocrites because we're talking about shit that we shouldn't. But
yeah, but that's just for humour.
Yeah, exactly. I know it is. Humour's different.
That's the thing. We got to. I think we need to come in with more. What's the word? Not classifications. When you give provisos.
Yeah.
I can't think of the word.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just like this is for humour.
Yep.
I'm trying to make Stu laugh. He's trying to make me laugh.
Yep.
If you get offended by things, don't watch.
Yeah, turn us off.
Don't worry about it.
We only really do it for us and our friends anyway. If anyone else is listening
they're gonna be
and
like,
they're offended. Why? Yeah.
That's the other thing I've been thinking about. It's like people's personality traits where, now, I've never been on Tinder. Pronounced Tinder, isn't it?
Yeah, the kind version of...
Tinder.
God. Cut that one.
The kind version of what?
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh, kind. Yeah. No, I said anyway.
Yep.
Tinder.
No, we need a no.
Tinder.
Go on.
Tinder. Like, I've never obviously been on it, but see, like, personality traits. I love food.
That's not a trait.
That's not a personality trait.
Interest.
That's a fucking... So
everyone.
So you don't die.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone likes food.
I like food and I love to laugh. Do ya? Hitler loved to laugh. There's pictures of Hitler laughing. Well done.
Yeah,
You're on the same course as Hitler.
Yeah, probably if you don't like to laugh, you're a psychopath. But also, if the people that probably laugh more are potentially psychopathic too.
Yeah,
people that laugh all the time. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but like,
calm down.
So
it's not that funny.
Personality traits. I love food. I love to laugh. I think they're the kind of people who haven't got a personality or a character of their own, so they latch onto that.
The majority.
But
what will most people like me for?
Yeah.
It's just broad. Yeah.
They're also the ones that I think
that like the fucking. What's the Big Bang Theory? They're those sorts of people.
But I also think they're the kinds of people who haven't got a character of their own or a personality of their own, so they latch onto, I've got nothing to offer, so I'll be offended.
Yeah.
I nearly think that's, I don't know,
maybe.
I'm not smart.
But are they too...
But I think they link.
But I don't think they're activists at all, though.
I'm not saying activists, because activists hopefully try to do good.
But there's a difference between online activists and real life activists.
Yeah, but
there's
it's just
a lot of online activists.
I sort of think that it's like you've got nothing there, so be offended. That's now what makes you interesting. The fact you were offended by something, whereas you haven't got anything actually to offer.
Yeah. It's like I need people to know that I exist, so I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's journalism, really.
Yeah. Well,
isn't it?
Shit journalism.
Yeah, but that's what most people read. I would say most people read rubbish journalism as opposed to real journalism.
It's just hard to find real journalism, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I never had an interest in, because really the stuff that I'm interested in, I'll look for and I will be able to find now. But the fucking algorithm's fun. The YouTube algorithm. I love that. I love noticing what it suggests to me.
Yeah.
Based on what I've been watching in the past week. Like it's obviously music shit.
Yeah.
But then I was getting down the whole, because you know how I didn't used to care for Joe Rogan. Now I've realised that I actually don't mind him. But I also think that he's gotten better with time. He's gotten less, here's my opinion. He just lets people speak now, which is good.
Unless you piss him off with like...
Yeah, with shit that doesn't make sense.
Oh, more if you say that you don't like weed. He's like...
Yeah,
that's best.
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu's sick.
You're an idiot.
Jiu-Jitsu's sick as well.
You're an idiot because you don't like it.
He's such a meme on the internet as grouse, because everyone's just like, I'm just going to quit my job and whittle knives for a living. Just do what you love. Because he's always like, he's like people who have an office job. I mean, just quit and like just homemade just grow some tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's like, Joe, it ain't millionaires.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fucking got mortgage, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to just grow tomatoes.
The mild version of that conversation doesn't make sense, but when you get down to if you're doing shit that you fucking hate, get out. That's the point, really.
Some people don't have that luxury.
If you put time into trying to get something else, then you do.
Not
Unless
if you've got
you're
4
completely
kids.
unhireable.
Not if you've got 4 kids.
Maybe.
It's like, nah, I've got to sacrifice my
But then
enjoyment.
if they're whinging about it, then shut up.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to. You've made that decision that that's going to be your life.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You're just not, like, if you're whinging
hate
about shit that you've made happen in your life, either don't do it anymore, kill some of the kids. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just like you got yourself into that situation, so you can't whinge. And you do have a power to an extent.
Yeah, I think that's still unfair to say. You got yourself here bad luck.
Not bad luck, but don't whinge.
Yeah. People are allowed to whinge.
But to an extent, not to everyone. You know? It's like, oh man, my life... Like, if you are the person saying, my life's shit because I've got 4 kids, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Just bail.
Yeah, you have an option.
You
might be a shit
single
person.
mother.
You might be a shit person to do that, but if it, like, you know, everyone's going to die one day, so fuck it.
Yeah. He's got it. Yeah, when Joe Rogan says that shit about, imagine just having an office job.
Yeah.
It's like, but people don't have the luxury of putting it all on the line as he did. People grow up with responsibilities from day one. I can't just run away and go to try to be an actor because I need to stay close to my mum.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's unwell. So no. So he misses a whole broad range of different different, not even outlying situations, just different situations.
I guess the argument with that being, this is kind of sociopathic, is that you have to make sacrifices if you really want to get what you love.
I've said that plenty of times. People who have made it to the top of whatever their field may be,
they have to be sociopathic.
Insane.
Like,
You just got to give up everything. Fuck people. Fuck friends. Family. No, I'm going to achieve this.
To be the top of the top, everything else has to go.
That's what Jordan Peterson talks about when he's just like, all these men have all the high-ranking positions and people are saying, well, how come there's not more women in those roles? And he says, well, the question is, why do men want these roles? What kind of pathological person wants the role where they work 400 hours a week and just keep working? They've got all the money in the world, but they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the achievement going to be? And there are people like that.
I'm not like that. Heaps.
I'm not like that.
No, I'm not like that either.
I enjoy...
I know how to... I mean, I guess... You're lucky to be born with a brain that works good in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
People that don't have a good brain in that, like...
Fuck yeah. People who sook about shit...
are probably
and I'm just
less intelligent.
Fuck. You were born with your limbs.
Oh, yeah.
You were born in Australia, the greatest country in the world. Yeah, okay, it's not perfect, your current situation, but you could have been born blind. Not blind.
Yeah, anything.
Or anything.
There's always something worse.
Yeah.
Every single time in your life, there is always something worse.
Yeah.
And people, especially if you're just like you and me. Like,
yeah, we're just coasting through.
Fucking sick cunts.
Useless fucking wankers. Would just be a good description. With Dave Chappelle's stand-up, which, is so good that we still have people like that around.
Yeah.
He opens it singing that Prince song.
Yeah.
And I've just been thinking about Prince, and he talks about Michael Jackson as well.
Yeah.
Fuck those Prince songs and those Michael Jackson songs with these... People hear the sick beats. Look at the lyrics of some of these songs.
Yeah.
Like...
It's deep.
They're fucked.
They're deep.
I don't know why...
you wouldn't... Like, in modern pop music, and that's only 20, 30 years ago.
Late 80s, yeah.
It's not that long ago.
No.
But...
Even Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
Tears for Fears
is fucking awesome.
They've got all these... Their songs are all pop-sounding fucking electro shit. Well, it's not shit. And then you look at the lyrics, it's like, fuck, this could have been an acoustic song sung by someone with a nice voice.
Yeah, there's like a lot of...
Like they did with Mad World, sort of.
Yeah. It's the social commentary that you don't really see these days. The social commentary that you get in pop music is like...
I'm in love.
Yeah, I'm in love. Or like, he's
bad.
He's bad.
But I'm going to change him.
Or I don't like those people, or I'm better than everyone.
And
it's like it's all narcissistic.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Like an artist who her music sounds...
Miley?
No. Her music sounds... I don't even know if this is a real word. Operatic sounding.
That's a word.
Yeah. Operatic sounding and epic sounding.
Adele?
No, not Adele. She's all right. And
Her lyrics aren't
big.
anything to...
These lyrics are worse, right? Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
Her lyrics... did a 4-year-old write them?
Yeah.
They're the worst lyrics ever. I like her songs.
Summertime Sadness.
Yeah. I'm on the summertime sadness.
Yeah,
and
she's got a
14-year-old girls are just like, oh my God, I'm so depressed.
Yeah, but you didn't write it.
Me?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's not easy to write lyrics.
I'll write a lyric right now.
Go.
Sitting on a couch, looking at a wall, Stu's fat as hell on... What rhymes with wall?
Balls.
Gonna play with a ball. Done. Lyric.
Shithouse.
Put operatic
Can't
music.
put that. No.
Put operatic music.
Hey, Beatles did nonsensical lyrics. David Bowie cuts up lyrics and puts them together and mashes them all up and makes them not
Yeah,
make
but they
sense.
also had songs with good lyrics.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just like, I'm looking at a few Prince songs and I never even realised the words of them are so good.
Do you know what I was going to say
And
about
Michael
that
Jackson's
song?
as well.
1999. Well, if you listen to Black or White by Michael Jackson, that is a direct rip-off of 1999 and Jack and Diane. No, not Jack and Diane. Yeah, Jack and Diane.
John Cougar, Mellencamp.
Yeah, that riff. Down, 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 down.
Yeah.
That's a John Cougar Mellencamp riff.
And that's 1999.
And 1999 is dun, 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 with the same beat.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. That's
But pop
my
songs
opinion.
are
That's
recycled a lot.
But that's Michael Jackson's weakest song. It's like that was a big one. Like all of the other songs probably sound
unique.
Yeah. Like Man in the Mirror. I don't
know what song
think
I've been loving? All I want to say is that...
it's a fucking great song. Yeah.
So good. I agree with Dave Chappelle, man. He could look at all the buttholes he wanted as long as he's doing that.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Anyway, what else? You got... well, I want to talk... Well, actually...
Well, go.
We'll leave Once Upon a Time in Hollywood towards the end because there'll be spoilers.
No, who cares?
Anyway, whatever. The night I went to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? I saw it, a week ago today. So like last Saturday, last Friday.
Yeah,
last
I saw
Friday.
it the Friday before that.
Yeah. Last Friday I saw it.
No, Saturday.
And that week, which I'm not going to get into in the podcast, was a rough week. We had a death in the family, right?
Okay.
So that week was whatever. Then Friday comes. It's like, all right, cool. I'm going to chill and watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I get home Friday night after work and I'm chilling for a little bit before the movie. And I'm back playing Overwatch. So I'm playing Overwatch, chilling, Bear's relaxing. I'm like, cool, do this a few hours before we go. Bear starts barking at the door. I'm like, fucking hell, who's here? I hate when people come.
Yeah.
Who's here? He's going schizo. I put him in a bedroom. These two really good-looking girls come walking down towards the door. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And they got big smiles and they're happy as. And they're like, hi, how are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. They're like, hey, how are you tonight? I'm like, fine.
Doesn't affect
Thank you.
Go on.
She's like, oh, we're from the Foundation. Do you know what that is? And I'm like, yeah, the one that makes you look like a That's the joke I told you to beat. That's the joke I told you to beat.
Do I leave the...
No. Anyway, they come to the door and they said, we're from this foundation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, sick. You know?
Yeah, what do you... Yeah.
And they're like, do you know what that is? I'm like, no. And they go, oh, do you know what happens if you've got this illness? I go, no. They go, do anyone you know have it? I'm like...
What do you want?
I'm like, nah. And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, your neighbours have been so generous with giving us money for the charity. I'm like, good, mm-hmm. And they're like, have you lived here long? I'm like, no.
What are you... Yeah, I would have cut them short.
I'm like, nah. And they're like, oh, I used to live around here. Do you share lasagnas with your neighbours? No, nah. And she's like, well, we're just here for money. I'm like, oh, we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. Thanks, we'll leave it for now. They're like, why?
Oh, that's not right.
I'm like, that should be illegal.
Yeah.
Once I said no to this situation, end it there.
Yeah.
Don't
Almost, well, everyone does.
They don't, though.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, because these charity people, half of them work on commission. Whatever donations they get a cut of.
You reckon?
Yeah. So she's like, why? And I'm like, I'm on the way out. She's like, well, but if you weren't on the way out, what would stop? And she's now like right here with her iPad. She's like, just give us your details and we'll just start a direct debit. I'm like, I fucking said no. How much further does this have to go? I just kept saying, we'll leave it. I was doing like the Carl Pilkington. I'm like, just leave it. Just leave it. Leave it. And they're still going, oh, but why? But we don't get why. How come? If you weren't going out, why? What's stopping you? Leave it. Fucking annoyed. Ruined, starting my Friday night ruined because these two losers won't leave me alone and take no for an answer. No means no, I thought. But not in the fucking charity world.
I've never had that. I've never seen that. Everyone's usually respectful enough to know when you're not wanted.
I had one where I was walking the street, these guys with Red Cross, and they come up and I had $10 note. I'm like, I'll give it. Get the tax deduction. And they're like, hi, how are you today? I'm like, good. I've got the money in my hand, holding it. I'm waiting to just pop it in their shit. And they're like, we cook breakfast for kids that can't afford it. I'm like, sick. That's good for you. They're like, how many breakfasts do you think we make a year? I go,
365?
I go, a million. She goes, oh, not that many. I go, 4. She's like, no. I'm like, I go,
just tell me. It's hurting me. Yeah. Your words are hurting me.
I go, here's the $10. She's like, oh, no, we don't do that. We need your bank details. I go, take the money. You're not getting my bank details. No, sorry, we need it.
Sweet.
Goodbye. This $10, I'm burning this $10. It's like,
fuck.
But they were those ones that are pushy and that, they're commission dogs.
I didn't think you could make commission when you work for a...
They need to get paid.
Not if it's a volunteer job. If you're a volunteer,
I think there's
volunteer.
some that volunteer, but there's some where they get paid to do it. So then after that we went to see Once Upon a Time in Boring.
Yeah, give me your out of 10.
It's grown on me more.
Really?
Yeah. When I first saw it, I was unimpressed, but I've been thinking about it more. So out of 10, see, it's like, all right, it's like 2 ratings. Out of 10...
For filmmaking's good?
Yeah, hold on. It's like, for out of 10, in relation to the current movies, 9.
Yeah, maybe.
Out of 10, if you're going to rank them based on other good movies, like 5. But based on what's around today, it's the best.
You reckon? I don't know.
What have you seen better than that recently at the cinemas? Like I said last week, Hereditary was brilliant.
Yeah, there's not much. I'll give you that. But I don't think even because it just wasn't that good a film. It was made brilliantly. The cinematography, the build up and stuff.
Hold on, yeah, that stuff I agree.
No, but that is what a movie is.
I just want to get the positives out. The filmmaking, you give me a billion years, I could never make a movie that good.
You could, because it depends on everyone around you. You have the right team, then you make a good film.
Yeah, but generally I reckon good shit are made by dictators, but that's a different thing. I think it was made brilliantly. The shots were grouse, the sets were sick, the writing was so cool, the acting was top of the line.
There was good scenes. I don't think it was that great a movie.
The problem with it, I think, is that you went into it thinking it was a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, but I'm always open-minded to it. But I don't think that's true.
There was no tension in any stage of the movie.
There wasn't. And the payoffs did not equal the build-ups.
Correct.
The build-ups went for ages.
Went for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
And it's like that subverting expectations, but in a shit way. But in a boring way.
What subverted your expectation?
Well, you have this sense of something's going to happen.
Because it's a Tarantino movie.
Anything. Any movie.
No, not always. No, not any movie.
But if it's a good movie, right? If you have there has to be tension and release. There has to be a payoff of some sort.
I saw a movie called Paddleton on Netflix.
What? Paddleton? Yeah, that's a sick movie.
Right. There's no sort of build up to that.
There is. It's build up to him. He's sick.
To him dying.
Yeah, and then the payoff is you get the payoff.
Well, there's payoff in this.
The payoff is not equal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, regardless of whether Tarantino, I'm always going into movies with like low expectations because I need to have that clear mind to go, is this a good film for what it's trying to achieve? And is it like, you know,
I think it
is it worth it?
I think it achieved what it was trying to achieve perfectly. It was
Maybe.
this big social commentary.
Do you know what annoyed me is how much they had for the first half of the movie, just clips of them driving around with the radio on and ads on. It's like, yeah, we get the point. There was ads that they were trying to sell you cigarettes.
Yeah. That was all world building. It was just too much. Yeah,
but how long?
It was too much.
40 minutes of world building?
Yeah.
I only need 10.
I like it the more I think of it, but I was bored
I liked
as
the
fuck.
whole scene in the middle where he's at where Brad Pitt's at the place.
That had a
cool.
fraction of tension.
Yeah.
But I compared it. It's a bit hard to not compare it to his other movies, but I just compare it to.
It's easily his worst movie.
I compare it to Inglourious Bastards because there was plenty of elements that they threw in from Inglourious Bastards, like when
the alternate reality.
The alternate reality, and where Leo is acting and he uses the flamethrower at the start against the Nazis as in a movie.
Yeah.
That's
Film
Inglourious
within a
Bastards.
film, yeah.
Yeah. So it's got that element of Remember Inglourious Bastards? That's always in your brain. But then there's no scenes of any tension.
That's my second favourite Tarantino
Yes, but there's
movie.
no scenes of any tension in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
There's not.
Think of the first scene of Inglourious Bastards where the Jew hunter is staring at that guy and the Jews are under the floor and he's drinking the milk.
Yeah.
You're having a fucking heart attack watching that scene.
And
or
the
scene
basement scene is the best Tarantino scene ever, I think.
Or the scene, that's grouse, but even the scene where the bear Jew is hitting the bat against the fucking thing. And I was having a heart attack watching that scene. There was no tension at all in this movie. The most stressful shit in this movie was that Leo was feeling depressed because he wasn't a good actor, or like he was being washed up.
See,
That's cool.
He did really well. I think
the acting was brilliant.
I think him as a character was awesome. Like his character, it did everything that it needed to.
And Brad's
and he
character.
went through a journey.
Yeah.
And you know,
So that's why it's good.
That's
then.
good.
Yeah, see, it was good.
Yeah, but as a film, as a package, the whole thing, I don't think it was that great. Because a film has to rely, for the most part, on its story. If you haven't got a good story, you probably haven't got that great
But I think
film.
it did have a good story. I'm interested in the story of a washed-up actor. The problem with this movie was that it was made by Tarantino. So everybody's there waiting, can't wait for the scene where the brains gets bashed in. I'm waiting for that scene. That's the problem he's got.
Yeah, because he does ultra-violence.
Yeah. Because a movie about an actor getting washed up and knowing they're washed up, that's interesting. But everyone's going in going, can't wait for the big shootout.
I wasn't. I don't have that thought about Tarantino. My thoughts about Tarantino is that he's one of the biggest film buffs I've ever seen. Whatever, like he knows his shit about all range of cinema, and he always brings different elements of cinema to his movies, and he pays homage to whatever it is, if it's samurai or if it's a western.
You know what I watched the other day?
Each movie has that stylistic approach, and this one was based around 60s Americana cinema.
Yeah, because there was elements in it that I just recently watched Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean.
Yeah.
The scene where the
seen
dirty hippie knifes Brad Pitt's car and pops the wheels.
Yeah.
Then I watched
That was sick, that
There's a scene in Rebel Without a Cause where some guy pops a wheel,
Right.
and I thought of that.
So it probably was borrowed from it. Yeah.
The other thing that I was going to say, you could call this movie Once Upon a Time in Boring or Once Upon a Time in Foot Fetish. He loves women's feet, doesn't he?
I can't remember the woman's foot part.
You've got the shot where Margot Robbie is watching the movie and she's just got her feet half up or
really?
taken over half the screen.
The scene I remember is when the
hippie
chick's
chick.
leaning into the car and you can just, her ass is in the screen.
Yeah.
It's out of focus, but
Her, when she's in the car, she puts her foot right against the thing.
Yeah.
He's got a thing for
he
that.
does have something. Well, so when I went, fuck, this is the worst. When we got there, so Deb's friend that we went with, he had like these half price Hoyts tickets or some shit, like $7 tickets or something. He gets there, we go to buy the tickets. The guy's like, oh, our system's down today. And we're like, cool. He's like, yeah, so we can't give you that price. It's like,
can, though.
okay, you can discount it to the same price because I've got the tickets here. And then they're like, oh, yeah, let me just check my emails. Why would you check your emails? So he goes out the back for 5 minutes.
Check his emails.
Comes back and he's like, yeah, nah, it's not something that we're going to be able to do today. And like, cool.
Did you already pay for him?
Nah. Okay. He just had like, because he was a member of some sort. And the guy's like, no, we can't do it. And it's it's to our discretion. It's like, okay, so give us a fucking discount.
Yeah.
Like, why are you saying no when we've got it and it's your system's fault?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we didn't do it.
That's insane.
I had half price tickets, so that was close enough. Then I didn't get a printout when I bought the tickets because I was getting like popcorn and drink or whatever. It didn't give me the printout. It gave me the tickets, but it didn't give me like a receipt or whatever. And then I'm like, sweet. So I go up to the front and they're all like 16-year-old kids that have got no idea.
Yeah.
Their managers haven't trained them properly. And I'm like, it
And
was like half an
They
hour.
also don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it was half an hour until the actual movie started and we were going to go to Woolies to get some other snacks. So I'm like, can I not get this now? And because on the screen it says you have the option to collect it when you're about to go into the movie. So I said that. I went up to him. I go, it didn't give me a printout. I got this.
Where'd you go?
Hoyt's in fucking Richmond. What's it called? Victoria Gardens. And then, yeah, I was just like, can I get this as I'm going into the movie? And they're like, they looked at me as if like it had never happened before. They were like, yeah, all right. And they didn't know how to compute that. They didn't know what they had to do. I was like, just put it back in the thing and then just give it to me when I come back. I don't have a printout. Remember who I am. Yeah. And it worked out. But the fact that I was just like, do you mind if I just get this? Like when I come back, I'll be back in like 20 minutes. They were like,
don't fuck the system.
I don't want to have to think.
I had not that bad, but I went to Hoyt's Northland. And
Village is better than Hoyt's. Let's just put that out there.
I love
fucking
Hoyt's Northland.
Shits all
Man,
over.
every time I go to Hoyt's Northland, I can come back with a fucking story about it.
Yeah. It's probably not because of Hoyt's though.
Well, this one sort of is. Went there. We'd already got tickets online as well. I went up to the 16-year-old kid who was doing their food shit, whatever it is, and I just wanted a frozen Coke.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything else. So I go, can I just grab a large frozen Coke? And he goes like this. And then he goes, Emma? I go, sorry? He goes, Emma. I go, what do you say? I go, just open your mouth a little bit, that's all. I go, what?
Speak.
He goes, anything else, sir? I go, oh. I go, no, thank you. I go, that's okay. Anyway, got the thing. We're going in with the tickets. I give the ticket to the kid who's at let you in the cinema. And he goes, fourth cinema on the left, have a good night. Fourth cinema on the left, have a good night.
Fucking hell. And then they're just not trained, I don't think. I don't think they're actually trained.
I mean,
they're getting minimum wage, right?
I worked at Coles and it's leadership. I gave zero fucks at Coles because the managers there were deros.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They haven't been trained properly.
Yeah,
if you've got someone that trains you well and go, make sure
lead
you...
by example. No, there's example.
Yeah,
lead by
there's
example.
That's definitely a big part
If you're
of
a
it.
manager of Coles and you're 27 and you've got these 16-year-olds working for you and you're a dipshit...
Have some respect
But
for
if you're a
yourself.
dipshit, you're going to breed dipshits. I didn't give it... I remember I tell this for 100 times. I remember the first day at Coles, I was trying to help a lady find something, couldn't find it, it was my first day. Went up to the manager. I go, do we have this here? He goes, it's on the shelf. I go, I can't find it. Well, tell her I haven't got it then. Can't. I don't care. Trust me, man. I'm out. I don't give a shit.
I don't care about actually
I wanted
this
to.
place.
Yeah.
I just want to help the customer.
Yeah, but it's like, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I think
But if they don't, you
helping
don't.
people is like innate.
Yeah.
But I think most people like helping people.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you don't care. Trust me. I can care less.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we're sitting there waiting for the movie to start. This Asian dude rocks up to come to sit. He sits down with his 4-year-old and his 7-year-old.
Jesus.
To watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I was so distracted by that.
We had a bunch of people walk out. We had
I
like
had a lady
4
and her
or 5
husband
people
walk out.
And it was like 2/3 through the movie. And they yelled something. They yelled something like, fucking see ya. It's like, cool, mate.
Yeah.
You've stayed for 2/3 of the movie.
They got your money still.
Yeah, they don't care.
Just walk out quietly.
Oh,
I had a lady and her husband walk out. 2 minutes before the final scene of the face smashing. And I'm like, wait 2 minutes. It's nearly done. You've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Wait 5 more.
I don't get it. It's fucking weird.
I liked it in comparison to other crap.
Yeah.
I thought it was well made, well written, well acted. Just went too long.
I saw
it with friends and a friend's girlfriend. When the movie played and then it comes up with 6 months later, she's just gone, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, I understand.
Shut up.
No, but I'm like, yeah. Like, this is too much.
Yeah.
I was fidgeting and moving, and I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I should have called this movie Once Upon a Time in boring.
Yeah.
They should have called this movie Once Upon a Time in boring, eh?
Do you know what?
Worst Tarantino movie.
Yeah, easily.
I haven't seen Hateful Eight.
It's good. It's
But
worth watching.
Worst one. A lot of film critics are saying
They frothed it,
loved
man. But I think
Because
that's because
it's
they're
filmed well.
Yeah, and it's based in Hollywood, so I think they just jizz all over themselves
Yeah.
when they hear Walt. Like, I work in Hollywood.
Yeah,
I'm going to suck Tarantino off.
And yeah.
Yeah.
But Brad was sick.
Brad was sick.
Even
he
Leo,
was
I
sick.
generally do not like Leonardo DiCaprio
Really? I
in
froth
any
him. I reckon
movie.
he's mad cunt.
And I think this was the only movie where I've actually liked
Why
him.
don't you like him?
Because it's Leonardo DiCaprio
So?
playing Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nah, man, he's good. He's got
Reverend was shit. And the fact
that was shit.
Okay, I respect the fact it was filmed out in the darkness and it
this
was
is
cold.
the thing.
And
That doesn't make it a good movie. That's exactly
sick,
what I mean.
right? I've been outside when it's cold. It is uncomfortable. I respect Leo for having to do
He
that.
lives through so many things that he shouldn't in that film.
But he didn't do anything.
No.
He didn't do
Yeah,
anything. What was his
not
point?
really.
His point that he survived a bear attack and he's going to... The
Get
real
revenge.
hero of that story is fucking Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
He had a rough shit life. They're carrying this guy who's going to die. If that was me...
He's a bit of a cunt, though, but...
Because he killed Leo's son. But he's like, let's leave him. We're going to fucking die. Yeah.
No, I know.
I know. It sucks. I'm going to have nightmares about this. I don't want to die, though.
Yeah. I don't think that would have happened back then either.
It's been massively fabricated, that story.
Oh, yeah.
People said it was based on a guy. It was based
Really?
on a
Nah,
guy.
man.
It was based on a guy, but generally the movie had nothing to do with the reality.
Yeah, no. I don't think that...
But even...
They'd be realistic. They didn't care about human life back then the way they do now.
Especially, a stranger's life, you know?
Well, I think the community aspect of being in a troop or whatever is a big deal. Like if you're in the army and stuff, you have to fucking...
But I'll tell you a sad little story. A couple of weeks ago, I listened to Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Yeah.
He did a 16-hour podcast on World War One that I listened to. Obviously, on one go.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant, right? Full depressing as hell. But there's one... What he does is he tells you the story of World War One and he intertwines it with people who were there and their diary. Their you know.
Yeah.
I can't remember it obviously top of my head, but there was one diary where it was like a guy writes to his wife and he's just like, my sweetheart, I am sick to my stomach knowing I'll never see you again. My bowels empty every day to the sight of blood and shit and piss that we're living in. We're up to our knees in fecal matter and people's dead bodies.
Yep.
And tomorrow is my turn. So even though I'll never see our daughter again, I know that at least I'm doing this for a good cause, which he wasn't. And he died 2 hours later. Really good. But on that leaving people behind part, this guy wrote in his diary how they were being shelled for like 4 hours, and then eventually the shells were falling on their head, so they had to run. So he ran, and as he ran, he didn't realise that his gas mask got cracked by something.
Right.
So they keep running. Then he comes across this 16-year-old kid who was just crying in the fetal position on the ground with a hurt arm. So he grabbed the kid, picked him up, wrapped a bandage around his arm. Then the mustard gas started coming. So he grabbed the kid's gas mask and put it on his face and strapped it up so he was safe. Then he grabbed his own, put it on his own face, and then he realised a massive crack in it. So he took the mask off, ripped the mask off the kid, popped it on, and fucking ran. And he remembers looking back at the kid and just seeing these eyes of like pleading.
What have you done?
Pleading.
Yeah.
And he the Dan Carlin who narrates it, he says, he's like, that's hard to read and that's hard to hear. But imagine living with that the rest of your life. But what's the other option?
Yeah.
Like, what's he supposed to do?
Exactly.
Not be alive anymore?
In times like that. And that's the thing. That's those sorts of movies. Like, they're just unbelievable in the sense that you can tell that when they've twisted it to suit the story. It's like, that they've made this character more of a dick by him doing these things, but it's the way that he says shit that's like, oh, he's an
gruff.
asshole. It's like, but you do go, that's more likely what the group would actually do.
I was rooting for Tom Hardy in that movie.
I wasn't rooting for him.
I don't see him being the bad guy at all. Now, admittedly, I saw it once a long time ago.
Yeah.
I remember him killing Leo's son. Other than that, I'm like, they're trying to paint him as the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's just a guy who doesn't want to die in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And he wants to be he wants to make money of what he's been here
Correct.
for.
Yeah.
I'm getting pelts. Get the pelts and fucking leave.
I know. If all of them had his idea and they all agreed with each other, then they wouldn't be bad guys.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Probably the bad thing, the bad things he does, and then he tried to bury Leo alive, I think.
Yeah.
But
that's still, that was a good part in the movie, though.
that was nearly the only part.
Staying on movies, I watched a terrible movie called The Island. I don't know if you've seen it.
With Brad? What happens to Leo?
It's Ewan McGregor and Scarlett
it.
Johansson.
Oh, yeah.
It's there's a few things. It's shit. It's really shit. It's one of these like utopian world things where it's like the Matrix. It was made in 1999 as well.
Yes,
So it's like
you need to copy the Matrix.
That time, it's like, oh, everyone's doing like alternate universe, dystopian universe.
Yeah.
We have to do it. So they did that and it suffers. It's shit. But essentially it's like the premise is they build these people and they put them in this contained area where they get them to do jobs and this and that with the promise of them winning a raffle that they can go to the island. And the island's this amazing place and you'll get everything.
So it sounds
that you
like
want.
a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, kind of. But it's shit. The whole thing's shit.
Good review.
But there's a couple of things. One, it's based in 2019 and it was made in 1999. Why do directors give themselves such short time frames?
Because
like even fucking Back to the Future. That's still too soon.
I think I can tell you why. It's because it adds an element of, ooh,
This
that's not
could
far
happen.
away.
Yeah.
The same, now, I think it's dumb as well, but a similar usage of something like that is when you watch a horror movie or a scary movie and at the start it comes up based on real events.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, this really happened. No, it didn't because ghosts aren't real. But the fact it said that at the start makes people go, ooh,
it gives you
there really
something
was
investment.
Yeah. And I think...
No, I don't think... Yeah, but I mean,
I think they're
I
the
agree
same...
with that, but I'm just like, I know that this isn't going to happen in 20 years.
Yeah. No, I know. I just think it's a way of making the movie more relatable.
The other thing is, I don't care if I give it away because it's a film from 20 years ago, but fucking... You find out that it's not actually the whole world that is like this, and it's just they've got them on this like plantation sort of thing, and they're basically creating humans so that they can do work for them. So it's like it's not actually real people that you are watching.
You haven't seen Blade Runner, have you?
Yeah, I have, but hang on a sec. And then it's like that made me think. I'm like, what if that's similar to the shit they're doing in Area 50 or Area 51? What if that whole Area 51 is a place that they're actually, manufacturing something that they shouldn't be?
You've been looking at the memes, haven't you?
And they actually don't, want everyone to know, so they have it all restricted. It's not aliens, because aliens probably aren't real.
They're real.
Or they can't come to us or whatever. But...
You've seen all the memes about how everyone's going to storm Area 51?
Yeah.
September 20th, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I hope they do it and they get shot.
Yeah. Idiots. Well, it's like, you can't shoot everyone all at once.
Could.
Yeah, but you could try.
They dropped a nuclear bomb twice on a country. They can shoot 60 people.
Yeah, exactly.
America loves shooting people.
Yeah, they do. And they have little to no consequence for it.
They need little to no excuse for it. They bomb
but
weddings.
That's good. Fucking filter them all out. Shoot those people that are
I hope they do. The memes of that storming Area 51 were prime fucking goodness.
Prime rib.
They were prime rib. I fucking frothed them. They were so good.
Yeah, but imagine though, it'd be sick if it's found out that they were doing some fucked up. I mean, you probably won't find out about it what it is.
Nah.
Even if it is something that they release in the future, that'll be made up stories anyway. So imagine that like they're manufacturing something that's real, like fucked up, and you never find out about it.
Apparently the conspiracy theory is that they had drones during World War II.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're fucking with drones
now,
the last 5-10 years.
The advancement
whereas
in
they had it
technology.
in the 30s. They think. So my point is that the tech they've got, we're not getting that until for another 50 years.
Yeah, maybe not. But that comes back to an idea about the moon landing. Think about how did they film it and get it back to Earth?
So you agree that's fake?
Yeah.
Now? You didn't agree last time.
Yeah. Well, think about that. The technology. Think about how heavy all the cameras and shit are.
I played Overwatch last night. It lagged like a fucking bitch. In 2019, my internet is not working to play a video game. Yeah. How did they get the fucking camera footage in 1969?
Who's filming it? And how? And with what? What technology did they? They didn't have GoPros.
That's why. Well, maybe they did, but that's what Joe Rogan says. Joe Rogan thinks that they went to the moon, but the footage we see is fake. Yeah. So they did go. They just couldn't film it.
Yeah. So they manufactured some video. So it's like, let's make a video clip for this.
Yeah. I remember asking Teagle once.
We got the audio. Let's put a video clip to it.
I remember asking Teagle once. I said, "Why did we go to the moon?"
Yeah.
And I worded
it was the arms race.
Well, I worded it wrong. I said, "Why did we go to the moon?" And he said, "Yeah, race against Russia." I said, "No, not why." I said, "Why do you say we did?" And Teagle said, "Because there are mirrors on the moon that we shoot lasers at. There are human mirrors on the moon that are there. So that's your proof. End of story. Move on." I don't believe shit, man. Because if they went to the moon in 1969, we should be fucking having moon parties. Yeah. You should just be popping up to the moon.
Why did we never go back? We've done that. We've done that. But that's interesting, though. Yeah, like, they didn't have GoPros. They didn't have the internet on the moon.
I don't know how they did it. And if something can't be explained by me, thus, it's fake. Hence why the world is flat.
Yeah. Obviously.
Just with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood still, I liked a few things. The trope of the male lead seeing the good-looking girl and falling in love didn't happen, obviously. But it sort of took a little spin on it when they're sitting in Leo's car.
She didn't need to be in it.
They're sitting in Leo's car.
What a shit character.
And up drives this car, and Leo looks at her and he sees her. He's looking at her, and Neil's like, "Oh, this is this part where he falls in love." And they drive up, and then he's like, "Did you see who that was?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "That was Roman Polanski." Like, he wasn't checking out the girl. He was checking out the director. I thought that was cool. And then the other...
Yeah, Margot Robbie's character. What a waste of a character.
But why? That was what she was supposed to do.
Rubbish. Didn't need it.
I don't know why
all she was a connection to Roman Polanski. So give some other shitty
the
actor...
connection was the fact that she got murdered by the Manson family.
Yeah, but she didn't in the film.
Yeah, but
which is the alternate reality. Sweet.
I didn't listen to any spoilers going into the movie.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing someone saying on a podcast, they go, "Oh, what about the twist at the end?" So I stopped listening. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
And I watched the movie. And I'm like, what twist?
No, it wasn't really a twist.
The twist that she didn't die?
Yeah.
Have you seen Django? Have you seen Inglourious Bastards? This is what he's doing now. Yeah. He's taking a different turn on reality. I knew that going in.
Yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't focused on her that much in terms of like...
I disagree. There was a whole scene of her watching her own movie.
Correct, but it wasn't
Scenes.
like... Yeah, but it wasn't like, this is what you're watching, if you know what I mean.
No.
Well, it wasn't like, you hear her name, Sharon Tate or whatever, but if you didn't know who Sharon Tate was, then it kind of is useless.
If you went into this movie not knowing the story of Sharon Tate and the Mansons...
Why should you?
I'm not saying you should. Question. I said if you don't, you're missing something.
Yeah.
I think anyone who has half a brain of history knows that story.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but also, why should you need to know what's actually happened in history to know if it's a good film or not? And anyway...
but that's not why I'm
I know.
Like I said, I stand by
even still, she could have been anyone. They didn't need to.
They didn't need maybe Margot Robbie.
Yeah, correct. And they didn't need to focus on her that much in terms of time.
You know why I think they did? Because, okay, I went into the movie knowing that this is going to be a story where the Manson people get killed by the main characters of our movie. I knew that because I've seen Inglourious Bastards and I've seen Django. I think people were watching this movie thinking that Sharon Tate was going to die in the end. And that's where the tension was, maybe.
They didn't do you know what I mean, that at all, though.
I think they did because
they did, but not very well.
She's such a lovely person. She picks up hitchhikers on the side of the road. She's such a lovely person, lovely, bubbly person, full of
this is why
future.
I think it's not a good movie.
And then it's like she loves it. She loves watching this movie, and she's living the Hollywood dream. But you know, in the back of your mind, she's going to die.
Yeah.
And there was no tension for that for me because I knew this is a Tarantino movie, and she's not. They're going to kill Hitler. It's not going to end like that.
Yeah, they didn't do it very well.
The black slave is going to blow up the white, slave owner's house. This is what he does now.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that great a movie on the whole.
I think it was. No. It was great compared to what we get now.
Don't compare.
You have to.
Why?
Because...
take it for what it is.
Yeah, okay, then if you are, it's still good.
Nah. There was good elements. I don't think it was a good movie on the whole.
I laughed several times.
It wasn't a bad movie, but that doesn't mean it's good.
I think it's just like you still need people like Tarantino.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who make movies.
Correct.
Because I'm stealing this idea, I think, from those YouTubers I love, Red Letter Media. They said movies now aren't made by... to make a Marvel movie, it doesn't need a director.
No.
They've got it in their plan.
Correct.
The committee has agreed to this thing.
The director is just the conduit for having someone to actually call, cut, scene, whatever.
Yes.
Yep. Choose this lens. Blah, blah, blah.
Dave Chappelle being able to do his thing, the fact that Tarantino is still doing his thing is brilliant. It's great to sit down and be like, I'm going to watch a fucking movie.
Correct.
And you sit and you watch it. And you might not like it, but at least it's a movie.
It's still there. It's necessary to be there.
The fact... You go to see things and it's hard to call them movies.
Yeah,
they tick the boxes.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
It's
an hour and a half long trailer.
Correct. We have the underdog. We have him learning the ropes. We have the misunderstanding and we have the redemption and we have him saving the day. Yes, I've seen that a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Yep, back that.
Before the movie.
Go on.
Those stupid ads they show.
Yeah.
Saw this ad, right? It had more production value than fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I think I know the ones that you're talking about. Is it the insurance ones?
No, this one, they do. But this one was this ad, right? It was shot like the fucking Reverend. It was shot
was it?
Outdoors, big landscape shots.
Yeah, but you don't need good gear to do that these days.
Okay, not the point.
Okay, go on.
Anyway, it's this story of this guy. This guy, he's a ballerina. And he's telling his story about how it was hard to leave my family.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
dad.
it. Yeah, 7-Eleven.
No, it's not 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. This one's not.
Coffee.
No. It was hard to leave my family and go overseas to be a ballerina. It was hard to leave Dad. But then when I found out that Dad got sick, I came back to Australia to look after him. And then it's just shots of him and his cancer-riddled dad. It's shots of them enjoying their time. They're camping and they're fishing and they're going around and they're carrying their slab of northern beer. It was a beer ad. I'm like, you're just exploiting a son losing his dad to cancer very slowly to sell beer?
I think that's fucked, isn't it?
It's fucked.
That's fucked.
It's fucked. It's like us saying, please listen to the podcast or Stu will die of testicular cancer. Ridiculous. That's so fucking bullshit.
Bad.
And you know what? No one says shit about that, but if you say the wrong words, someone's going to go, he said the wrong word. They're selling beer exploiting cancer. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck people. Fucking wankers, mate. I didn't like it when you just... Fuck off.
Yep. That's so fucked.
Oh, that made us... Because I was watching it, and I think, Hughesy next to me goes, is this a fucking beer ad? You want more cancer? Drink beer.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Do you reckon when they were making cigarettes right at the start, they always knew it was bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
The same with sugar. They knew sugar was bad, but the sugar companies came out and
They
go,
were saying that it was fat.
No, it's not. It's fat.
Fat's the bad thing.
All right, sweet. Eat yogurt with no fat in it. It's got a gallon of sugar, but why is everyone fat? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, with this, I was at the dentist earlier before we shot
Yes,
this.
that's why we were late, because
fucking worst.
stupid Stu had the dentist.
Yeah. Anyway, I booked it before I knew that we were doing this, so anyway. But I was sitting there and they have this thing on the wall, which is good. It had like bags of sugar up on the wall. It was like, do you know how much sugar you're having? And it had like a cup of Coke and it was like a bag of sugar.
Yeah.
And it had the equivalent. It's like heaps of sugar, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, we eat the worst food that we've ever eaten now and we live the longest. And that's real interesting how it's gotten that way. Yeah, medicine is obviously the best it can be always.
I don't
because
think we
you
eat
always
the
get
worst
better.
food we've ever eaten. We're eating. There was generations
we're getting
that,
better, but
that
a
just
lot of
didn't
people aren't.
eat. Because we're still... That's why people gorge themselves like fat cows, because...
Because they have the ability to.
No, yes, but it's still like we used to eat as much as you can because you got to store this because you don't know when you're going to eat again. The problem is with now, we know when we're going to eat again. We're going to eat again in 4 hours. But we still have to think we've got to intake as much as we can. That's why I was doing sort of, not really, but I was sort of doing like that intermediate fasting.
I'm doing it now. I've started this week.
Yeah, I was doing it by accident. I was eating dinner at 8, not having breakfast because I'm lazy, and having lunch at 1.
Yeah.
So I was doing it by accident.
Yeah.
And I remember telling people, they're like, oh, that's unhealthy. I'm like, cunt, I don't need to fucking eat every
Yeah,
3
yeah,
hours.
exactly.
It's okay to be hungry.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel hungry. We're not
Your body,
peasants anymore.
No.
We can go get more food if we're
food
at
that
that
we're
point.
eating-
But some people just gorge themselves.
100%. And the reason why I'm doing it now is, I mean, I've always eaten breakfast. I've never not had breakfast.
And I've never.
I'm always super hungry, right? So
Yes, but you
this
are
is the
also very
first,
fat.
I'm not your fucking ass. This is the first, not the first time, but one of the first times where I'm actually saying to myself, I wonder if I can do it. Every other time with anything,
As soon
like,
as
I
you
go to
feel
gym,
hungry,
right?
you will eat.
Anytime I go to the gym, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the gym because like I kind of enjoy it and I like the results I get. But I'm not doing it because like I'm like, let's see how ripped I can get, or let's see if I challenge myself, I can get results. That's not why I do it, right? And that's why I've never tried to go on a diet. I've never tried, like I eat well already. So that's kind of
What were you eating when I rocked up?
Subway. Not terrible. There's worse foods to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Like human.
But, well, with Subway, I'm doing that because I'm on the road. I hadn't planned to have lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's... But anyway, I don't eat badly is my point. I'm not eating Subway for every meal.
No.
I'm not eating badly. Like,
And
I still already eat good, so which is a start, right?
To get massively fat,
You've
got to work at it.
A lot of shit food.
You've got to really
Every
work at
choice
it.
you make has to be like, I'm going to choose the shit option over the good one.
Yeah. And I have sympathy for people who can't control themselves or whatever. But I remember
It's a mental thing.
I remember going to uni with this guy who he was handsome.
Large.
No.
Oh, okay,
Good looking as
yeah.
fuck. Good looking, ripped.
Yep.
Arrogant douchebag.
Yep.
But I liked him because he was a fucking funny guy. He was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Now this isn't me. I'm only repeating a story.
Right.
And he saw this obese lady walking around, and he's just like, "Look at that." and I'm like, "Oh well, doesn't matter." He's like, "When she was half that size, why didn't she think, I'm going to stop?"
Yeah.
Okay,
I've heard that argument a lot of times, yeah.
Yeah, but I know people who can't help but eat shit
Correct.
when they're depressed or something.
Yeah.
So I have sympathy for that.
Or they just don't have the understanding of what good food actually does or what bad food actually does.
Yeah.
And they're in that addiction phase. They're in that like, I need the shit food because the shit food makes me feel good right when I eat it.
But you know what I think doesn't do anyone any favors? When there's like the acceptance of that body image. It's like, no. The body image acceptance movement should be those who were disfigured as a result of birth defects or something. They should be treated just like everyone else. Everyone should be treated nice anyway. But
if you like eating shit food and then you go, I'm fat proud or whatever like that.
Why are you proud of that?
Yeah.
Of being a glutton, of being lazy, I've sympathy, like I said, if it's some sort of mental disorder.
I think...
But when it's like, you need to accept this, I'm not accepting it.
Yeah.
The problem is you'll be dead at 50.
The problem that I have with it is more the fact that it's like you're advertising for it.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No one said be ashamed.
Yeah.
Like, don't be ashamed.
Yeah,
but
there's
be
a sense of like...
proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that good to be proud of being a glutton.
Yeah.
It's
That's
weird.
like being proud of being a rapist.
Yeah, or a smoker. I think rapist is too far.
I was going to see how you reacted and you said, yeah.
I think rapist is... But being fat, I think, is on par with being a smoker.
Yeah.
There's no movement of...
There's no
movement of being accepting of smokers. They're addicted to that.
Yeah.
The same way a fat person might be addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's like smokers, we hate smokers. They are shafted. They are put outside.
I think smokers love being smokers, though.
They're put out further that if you're standing fucking
within
2
the
meters...
10 meters,
we'll shoot you.
I think the smoking thing's interesting because I think obviously 95% of people that start smoking do it because they think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Whereas no one's going, I'm fucking sick, I'm eating Maccas. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't smoke, but I have been smoking cigars lately.
Have you?
I fucking love it.
Is that because you saw him doing it on fucking Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee,
Nah,
Bill Burr episode, and they're like...
Nah, Bill Burr does talk about cigars.
Yeah.
Nah, me and Brody have been smoking them. I generally try to have just one a month, so it's not like it's...
What's the... Tell me.
It makes me feel good. I feel better.
Is it because of Madman?
Madman. They don't smoke cigars in Madman.
Don't they?
No, they smoke cigarettes. I'm sure they probably smoke cigars sometimes. It's like it's like relaxing. It is that relaxing smoking a good cigar.
I've had cigars and I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I really like it.
I wouldn't choose to go out and do it though. It's a bit...
No, I'm smoking ones that I've got for presents from blah, blah, blah.
How many cigars have you got for presents?
A lot.
Why?
Husey buys things and doesn't use them. He's moved out, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. After we've lived together for 7 years. 7 years? 8 years, maybe.
Did you cry?
No.
Did you laugh?
Yes.
Did you fucking punch him in the face?
No. No. Yeah, smoking and chubby people, I think, are on par. They should be treated... It's like, I want you to not smoke because I want you to not die. I want you to not be big because I want you to not die. Generally, if you're overweight, there's a higher chance you're going to die earlier.
There's a different thing with obesity is the mental health side of it, and that doesn't happen with smoking.
Yeah, but smoking is a mental health issue because people are addicted to it.
Yeah, but it's not mental health. It's not like...
It's literally an addiction.
It's not like depression, though.
No, but it can be anger. If I don't get a smoke, I'm going to punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not the same because you can't tell. Oh, you can sometimes, but if you saw someone that is a smoker, you don't necessarily know that they're a smoker. They might look like one and they might be
smell
one.
like one.
Yeah, but from afar, you can tell if someone's a fucking fat laugh. That's bad, but you can tell if someone is obese and they can tell that they're obese.
Yeah.
There's not the same mental stigma and potentially shame that comes with being a fat person that there is with being a cigarette smoker.
But what I don't get, the only thing I don't get, it's so funny, got to qualify everything. Like I said earlier, we've got to qualify the podcast. Marty and Stu have no clue. We have no qualification to make any assessment on anything.
We're not scientists.
We are only trying to do this
we
for
watch
entertainment
YouTube
and
for
humour.
most of our life.
Yes. So fuck off. But big people, it's like, it's hard to work out. Correct. I'm not saying go on a marathon. Walk 2 minutes.
Yeah, they probably got hip problems
and
though,
then walk back.
and knee problems. And
Stretch.
Yeah.
I have knee problems. Sucks. And I have hip problems. Stretch that motherfucker up. And then I can do a bit more.
Yep. They've gone too far, a lot of them, and
it's just the acceptance of it. And I'm not saying you don't accept them as a human. They are good humans, definitely. I'm related to big people, and I'm engaged with them all the time. And
You're engaged with them,
socially, and I love them. But
it's unhealthy.
It's not something to be proud of.
Yeah, no, I think the advertising of being like a spokesperson for that community. It's like, what community? A community of unhealthy people? People that have generally, there probably is something wrong in their head that they, not always.
Not always, man. Always. I reckon not always. Maybe 20% of the time? I don't know.
Nah, 50 at least.
These stats are based on your research.
What's your 20% based on? Fuck all.
I've been watching Seinfeld, and season 2 of Seinfeld has the scene. Season 2 or 3, Jerry's on the train, and there's a big fat guy in front of him, and he's just whatever, doesn't matter. And then Jerry falls asleep, and then he sort of wakes up later on, and the big fat guy is naked reading the newspaper, and Jerry's like, "All right, what's this?" And the guy goes, "I'm not ashamed of my body," and Jerry goes, "Well, you should be." That's a start. And I always thought about that with working out. I think Scrubs. You watch Scrubs?
Yeah.
Dr. Cox. I think he talks about it his character talks about it, where once you think you look good, you stop going to the gym.
Yeah.
Totally unhealthy, but it's like, if you keep on looking in the mirror and seeing a disgusting loser, you'll go to the gym.
Yeah. There's a lot to that. There's personality. Personality, past issues, health issues. If all of these things are stacking on each other, you're not going to want to help yourself. You're more... Because it's harder to be good to yourself than it is to be bad to yourself. It's much easier to be bad to yourself.
Yeah, but it's also easy to fall back on, I don't need to try harder to be better because you need to accept me as I am.
I agree.
I'm not going to not accept you either way.
Yeah.
If you're a member of my family or community or my friends, I'm going to like you regardless. If I see you in the street and I bump into you because you're taking up half the sidewalk, I'm going to say, "Oops, sorry," and be polite.
Yeah.
No one has anything against you.
Yeah, I know.
It's just...
Yeah.
I would rather see you be healthy.
Yeah,
anyway, whatever. We're harping on.
Yeah. Yeah. It was annoying when I was going to park at the dentist and people are taking their time backing into park. I'm like, is it worth it? That's what I think.
Into parks
when there's no one around. If there's 5 cars behind you, are you going to do it?
Yeah, because I do it. I back in. I've got a big boat of a car, the XR6. For me, it is quicker for me to back in than to go straight in, than to turn in.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
If I turn into a car park, I'll probably have to turn, come back out, then go in. Whereas if I'm backing in, I'll go past the park, one motion straight in. But I'm a decent driver. I can parallel park. I can be aware of my surroundings. I check my mirrors.
Yeah.
I'm not
and
a
you
div.
probably put your blinker on a good 2 seconds before you actually arrive at the park.
Yeah. You
the
know who I
cunts that
hate?
go past it, put their blinker on and then back in. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm already up your ass.
Yeah. Where do you want me to go?
Someone's behind me.
Yeah.
I've got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
You know,
selfish fuck.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast or I said this in the shower while I was arguing with myself, but did I talk about on the podcast how if I was in charge of the world, how I would choose people that were allowed to live and who weren't allowed to live?
Maybe. Go on.
Anyway, I've added some people on my list who are not allowed to live are those who drive Range Rovers, especially men. Males who drive Range Rovers, sorry, we have no use for you. I was driving behind a Range Rover, a white Range Rover driver this morning. I was following him because we happened to be going the same direction.
Yeah.
We turned 8 times, blinker, not even once. Not even once, please, for humanity's
they all
sake.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the when you buy a Range Rover,
big car,
the mechanic
huge
opens up. They open up the bonnet, and they
won't be needing that.
won't be needing the indicator button. Fucking flogs. I hate them, mate.
I have never understood not indicating. Like cunts that are on the freeway and you're going 100.
It's force of habit.
110 and they just go into the next lane because there's no one there.
Yeah.
Mad cunt. Oh, that's the fuck. You're sick.
He's a
You
mad
are
dog.
a sick cunt. I don't know why they don't do it. It's called an indicator. You're indicating
It's
that
force
you're
of
doing
habit.
something.
I once had a friend of mine in the car when I was living at mum's, and she lives in like a little court.
Yeah.
So you turn into a court, and then turn into her court.
Yeah.
You don't need to indicate because there's no one there.
Yeah.
But
my dad does that. He doesn't around his court. He doesn't put his blinker on.
Yeah, fine. But I still indicate.
I do too.
Only because I'm in another world when I'm driving.
Correct.
I am not
thinking about driving. Yeah.
Right. So I'm turning.
Second nature.
And another person next to me go, why'd you indicate? I go,
Oh, fuck yourself.
I don't know, did I? Like,
how is it affecting you right now?
yeah, because he's a Snoop Dogg. But I'm like, I only did it because I didn't even think of not doing it.
Because I'm driving, and that's part of me driving.
Yeah, it's like just an extension of, I'm about to do this motion, so I go, dum.
Yep. Yeah, I know. If you're doing that to be cool, to be like, watch me not indicate.
Watch me fucking break the rules, cunt. I'm going to fucking not indicate.
It's the lowest form of breaking the rules that exists in the world, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's
like, I've got no control over anything in my life. You know how to do a fucking control over? This motherfucking indicator. And you can't stop me.
You drivers are fucking terrible at it.
The $100,000 loan I got to buy this Range Rover, I can't afford it, but I don't indicate, so it makes up for it.
Fuck you. I'm not going to indicate. Who do you think I am?
Yeah, Jordan Peterson.
I'm going to help you out by telling you where I'm going. Fuck you knob.
Jordan Peterson talks about things like accepting that you have the potential to be a monster, right? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I know that.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Absolutely
That's what he talks
everyone
about,
does, yeah.
And that's why you get these righteous people who think they don't, and they're the scary people. Mm-hmm. I think I've said it before, that the people who think they're right, they're scary as shit.
Yeah.
Because you think Stalin thought he was right. Hitler thought he was right.
Yeah.
People who think they're right are scary. My point is...
sociopathic, yeah.
My point is that I've accepted that if you gave me power, I would become corrupt like that. I would be fucking lopping heads off.
Yeah. There'd be... You would try and... I think there would always be a number of things that you would do because you can, and how much of you could do because you can. What is the line where you go, probably shouldn't do that?
I would be Caligula. I would just be drinking, sex.
Yeah,
I would be fucking... I would just have people come up to me and be like, what function do you serve in society? None. You're in a death.
I don't know what I'd be like. I would probably just get the best of everything. That's probably the extent.
Yeah, but I would want to deal with the people.
Yeah, the people.
I'd be like, what do you do? I'm a baker. Cool. You good baker? Yep. All right. What do you do?
No, I think I'd take it a step further. What can I get out of this person?
Yeah. The next person comes up. I go, what do you do? I'm a plumber. All right, come in. What do you do? Oh, I love food. You're in the death area. I'm sorry. We all love food.
I love food and rainbows.
What? And you? What do you add? I'm a carpenter. Get in. What are you?
I like to laugh.
I love traveling. Do you? Get in a death pot. Like I said before about Tinder, I love food, to laugh, to travel.
I've recently gotten the travel bug.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself. Everyone's got it.
Is that chlamydia? I bet you it's chlamydia.
I was thinking I was watching Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, he had some guy on it and they were talking about data mining and how
Facebook.
Yeah, like the fact that when you're on the internet, every time you're on a different website, how it asks you to agree to terms and conditions and shit.
It was like a new rule now that every time you go on a website, they say we're going to accept. Do you want to accept their cookies?
Yeah.
You can't say no.
You can cross it off.
No, most of them have it block out the screen and say, do you accept our cookies? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Or close the window.
It's a term and condition of using that website. That's why.
Yeah. But it means you can't use the website if you don't agree.
But my counter argument is, what is so important about you that you think that they're going to mine your data? One. And two, how many fucking people are there in the world? Do you think that there's people that are sitting there and looking through all of your shit?
Why do they want it? Right, that's the point. Why do you get to make money off my existence?
Yeah.
I'm not buying your product. That argument that you said is the same where the government wants to surveillance everybody. And people are like, that's wrong. And then the government goes, well, if you got nothing to hide, what's the problem?
Yeah.
And then the counter argument to that is it's the same as free speech. It's like saying we shouldn't have free speech because I have zero to say.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
No.
So it's the same as that.
Yeah.
It's like, what gives you the right just to make money on my existence by using the internet?
But are they making...
The internet should be... It's already been established that the internet should be a utility. It should be fair to use. It should be... You're entitled to water and electricity and internet. It's not a special thing anymore. It's a necessary thing.
No, is it?
Yeah, fuck yeah. If you want to achieve anything... If you want to
make your life easy...
But if you want to achieve, like if you want to run a business,
it's very hard these days.
If you want to do a hobby, if you want to make candles,
unless you live in a small country town,
unless you live in a hut in the friggin'
small country town, even if you own a business,
you're still gonna have a Facebook page.
Yeah,
it's unfair to limit people's ability to use something that is necessary to life, nearly. And I think the internet's there.
It's still just such a grey area. It's still the Wild West, the internet.
Yeah.
Even with how long the internet's been around, how far we've come, it's still the Wild West.
They won't ever be able to control it without people going schizo.
I think the thing with...
But they already are, actually, sorry. When there was that when there was the terrible shooting in New Zealand, Telstra now has blocked people looking at 4chan.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
That's mental.
One, it's mental because...
It's not a gun site.
4chan...
It's a meme site.
Okay, tell me which website live streamed the shooting? 4chan or Facebook?
Yeah.
Which one live streamed the shooting?
Yeah.
It wasn't 4chan.
Yeah.
It was Facebook. Did Telstra say Facebook's banned?
Yeah, exactly. No,
ban Facebook first. They're the one who fucking aired it.
Yeah.
That's how everybody saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he used it. He used 4chan. He probably used Google too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. They go after these easy targets.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with technology now and for a long time, I don't know how long, the technology is always way better than the population can understand. And I don't know when it'll be the case to when the population gets it enough for it to be like, oh, okay, we have to have these limitations on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not really.
Well, right now, the amount of people that understand the technology that they're using is small.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No,
I don't think there's... I know how to use it.
Yeah, I don't think there's that many people that actually understand the ins and outs of the internet and Facebook and all that sort of stuff. They just use it for what their purposes are. They don't understand the power of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also don't... I think, like we said this already, but I don't understand why people get upset with what people write on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fighting a losing battle.
But you're dealing with a faceless person.
Correct.
When they say these terrible things, it's probably not what they really feel. It's just them
They've got a
making
keyboard
themselves, but it's also
Correct.
probably them making themselves
It's like an
laugh.
online diary.
It's like, but it's also like, I'm going to say this because I know I'm going to get someone on the hook. I love getting people on the hook.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, that I don't get. I think there was that...
I did a funny one this week.
There was that joke where, if you don't mind saying so.
Yeah, I've got a good one.
There was that joke this guy wrote. I think it was, said before. He's just like, I don't understand internet bullying. Bitch, turn the computer off.
Yeah.
And which is simplifying it, but maybe it comes with age. But I mean,
that was
I have been told...
What's his name, wasn't it?
I've been told to kill myself on the internet that many times by strangers. It doesn't bother me.
Nah.
I'm more bothered if I get criticism by people I know, not by random. I don't give a fuck what a random person thinks.
Yeah, I did a good one, and it got no responses, no likes, no comments, nothing. But there was this kid in China who's probably about 10 years old, and he was doing really good haircuts, really good ones. And that was the video. And then everyone's commenting, oh, this is illegal, this is child labor, this, that. Other people are going, fucking let him do it. If he wants to do it, he's having a good time.
Unless he's being forced to do it against his will,
My comment was, so that's why they get him to make iPhones. And I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yes, iPhones.
What else you got?
Not much. I'm just about ready to go to the toilet. I watched Carl Pilkington's show, Sick of It.
There's only 4 episodes.
Is it 4 or 6?
I only remember watching 4, but
it ended with him being with the European.
I think there's only 4 episodes. Yeah.
It was okay.
It was all right. I like some of it. Some of it's real funny. But
I love Carl. He's my hero.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good. I like his attitude.
I liked the split brains, obviously.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because I haven't got that, but. Man, I don't know if you do this, and I don't know if this is even normal, but I will fucking argue with someone in my brain.
Will ya?
I will argue with someone in my brain about
before you actually have even had a conversation.
Yeah. I'll be like,
everyone does that. I think.
I'll be going somewhere, and there's someone going there that I don't particularly like,
and they're gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this back,
and I'm gonna say this back, and then they're gonna say
never
that,
fucking do.
And then you know what I do when I see them? You know what they do? They come up and they say, "Hey, how's it going?" And I go, "Good." That's the end of it. So that arguing with yourself, that's human. Is normal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't well made.
No, it
Had
was.
funny bits.
I like the relationship with the lady that he lives with.
His auntie.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, she's eccentric.
Yeah, she's annoying. And he gets pissed off at her, and it's fucking great.
Yeah.
I think the thing about Carl Pilkington is he's a bit of an enigma because now he's got money, he can do these artistic things, and he's not an artistic person.
No.
But yet he makes quite a poignant TV show. It's not pulled off that well, but it's got depth, and it's better than other TV shows for sure.
Yeah, it's much better than other bullshit out there.
Which is funny because then it's like, okay, well, everyone then has the ability to create something that they don't think that they can. Because if you had have told Carl back when they first did the radio show that he was going to make that show, he'd be like, fuck off, no chance.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think he has the spare time.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Everyone has the ability to do something that you wouldn't think you can possibly do.
Generally, I'm the one who gives people too much credit. You're giving too much credit. There are some people who you give them 1 billion years, they will not be able to come up with jack shit. Yeah. But yeah,
something though. It doesn't have to be a film.
There was the story of the lady who wrote, what's her name? Harper Lee, I think, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, I think the story of her is her friend gave her a year's wage.
All right.
Quit your job, here's a year's wage, write a book. And she wrote To Kill a Mockingbird as a result. Because she was able to do it as opposed to work a full-time job, stress about money, worry about the bills. She had that covered, she was able to do it.
Well, that's the cool thing about Patreon, the website Patreon. I told you about it. I said we should do it, but no, we're too lazy. We're nobodies. No one wants to give us money.
If anyone gives me money, I will fucking slap them across the mouth. Give your money to real problems.
Yeah, correct. But that's the good thing about Patreon, and I don't think Australia is definitely not up with that side of technology the way that America is. It's like there's so much in terms of artistic freedom these days that you can. If you do it well, you can do artistic things as a full-time job. Yeah. Easier than you could 20 years ago.
But in Australia, we've got how many people live in Australia? Like 14 people. And you know what 12 of those people like? 12 of those people like The Bachelor.
Yep.
If we fucking thought the same thing.
Yep.
So who cares? A friend of mine is an actor and he's like just living in Australia working in a shoe shop. But when he was in LA for a little bit, He's just like, it was so great. He
Yeah.
goes, I just went down the street and I got like 8 acting jobs.
Yep.
In shit, in nothing.
Yeah. But you got paid for it.
But people were putting things on. And
Yeah.
I just went and took my name and I saw them and I got all
Yep.
these acting jobs, no sweat.
Yep.
Whereas...
Australia, there's fuck all.
I've been thinking about that actually, as you say. Yeah. If you're a comedian in Australia and you've made it and you're great, you know what your achievement is? Here's your seat on the project.
Yeah, I know.
That's the height
Yeah,
of being a comedian in this country. You get to be on the project.
I know.
The worst TV show in the fucking world.
Who wants to be on it?
I mean, there's other comedians who
know
don't.
what? No, but you can go to Edinburgh Festival and all that sort of stuff. You can tour. You can do
what other good? What good Australian comedians are there?
good ones? I mean, it depends on what you like.
Stand up, normal stand up.
Yeah, Sam Simmons. I love him.
Yeah, don't really know him.
Yeah, well, there's a few, but
I'm being a smart ass, obviously, but it's just like
depends on what you want to get out of it.
It's
Do you want to be on the project? Because you can get there.
It's like the height of accomplishment as a comedian in this country is you're going to be a morning radio TV show host, or you're going to do spots on the Today Show.
Yeah.
How shit is that?
Yeah, I know, but what are you using that for? If you're using that as a platform so that you can do full-time stand-up, then you've done well.
Yeah, if you're advertising yourself,
correct,
yeah.
and that's.
I'm just thinking of the worst. Like I'm thinking of like Limo and that.
They don't work to be on the project.
But
they work so that they can be a full-time comedian.
Not people like Limo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you want out of it? Do you want to be a media personality? Because in Australia, a media personality is someone on the project or on fucking Fox FM, and who fucking cares?
That's really sad, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you want? Because if you are Sam Simmons, you don't want that. So you're not that. So you go and tour the world and be a stand-up comic for your full-time job.
Yeah.
And that's good as, if that's what you want.
If you're good enough.
Yeah.
I was being smart ass, so
Yeah.
don't worry about
So,
it.
well, as soon as there's a hole in that argument, I was being smart ass.
It's called a joke. It was a joke at their shit project and their crappy comedians.
Rubbish. It is rubbish, but if you're using it for the right reason.
Did you see Friendly Geordie's latest video?
I watch all of his videos.
Did you see the one about how Pedestrian sent him an email?
Oh, was that today or yesterday?
This is maybe yesterday.
Maybe I didn't see that.
Yeah. Pedestrian apparently sent him an email about if he wants to do work with them or something.
Oh,
he just rips them apart.
no.
He fucking destroys them.
Fuck, I love that cunt. It makes me laugh so much.
He obviously is a person who has enough time to research things, because some of his videos
he's got a team as well.
Yeah, but they're so well researched. I mean, I can't be asked.
But he's got a team.
Like he goes into Pedestrian about who they're. You know, you're meant to be this voice of the hipsters, but yet you're owned by a fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They're like,
Pedestrian is the worst.
Yeah,
all of those fucking things.
But this,
and I used to follow that. I used to follow Pedestrian, and I liked it. And then there was a point where they started doing clickbait, and I was like, okay, they've been bought out.
Clickbait sucks, but I also don't like being told what I'm not allowed to look at. And they do that with Friendly Geordies.
Yeah.
They're like, why you need to skip Friendly Geordies?
Yeah.
Vice did it, like I said earlier.
Vice is the worst.
Vice did it with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Why you need to skip the Dave Chappelle special?
Did you watch the epilogue?
Nah. Is that what he did, Q&A?
It's free. Yeah, it's It's like a free 20 minute segment, and it's good.
I started
Watch it.
Yeah. But, yeah, those rubbish shit. And then, hipsters look at it.
Yeah.
And are like,
they buy into it.
I think gay marriage is right
younger
too.
than us, I think.
I think gay marriage is right too. Yeah, 68% of the population.
Yeah.
You're not special.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, there's generation. I think I've always said this. For some reason, the generation younger than us, like only by like 3 years, I reckon, from then on, it's like internet is life. Internet is life for us, but we can see through a lot of it.
I think they'll be able to see through more. I think they.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think.
I reckon they buy into it more.
Because
I don't
they're
know.
young, but once they get older,
yeah, maybe
this is all
that's what
they've
it
ever
is.
known. You know? I think about that when I hear people say, "Oh, kids these days, all they'll ever know is smartphones," and I think,
Yeah.
but the same way that like us born in the late '80s, all we ever knew was TV. TV always existed.
Yeah, correct.
It always existed. Whereas you go back, my grandparents, it didn't exist.
No.
Like so.
Yeah.
Shit like that always happens.
Yeah. I think life is always the best at the newest stage of it because generally, well, in terms of society,
life is always best at the newest stage of it. Fucking Jesus.
Society generally, apart from World War II times in Germany, but generally when the society learns things and it is agreed upon, life gets better.
Yeah. I think
advancements in
I think life always
change.
gets better as well.
Yeah.
You've just got problems where I think in America, their life expectancy is actually getting worse. Surely the achievement of man is to make people live longer.
Yeah.
And they're actually
That's like the highest thing.
That's the best you can do.
Yeah,
You can bring in iPhones, you can bring in VR, you can bring in things that shoot water up your bumhole.
You can distract yourself.
But as long as people are living longer, surely that's the goal.
Yeah.
You don't want people living forever.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon distraction from the shit things is
good.
secondary?
I think distraction from shit things is good. I think I said this ages ago, years ago. I remember seeing someone once about sport, and he's just like, "Oh, sport is just a distraction."
Fuck off.
That's
Everything's
okay.
a distraction.
But that's okay.
But everything is. What do you like?
There's nothing wrong with distraction. Like I said earlier, like we had a death in the family. Everybody has been saying going back to work has been great. Because it's like a distraction.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Wallow in shit constantly?
Yeah.
No.
No one wants to do that.
But you can't because you'll end up killing yourself.
Yeah, well, that's it. Anytime something overwhelms you.
But distractions are good. Because I remember saying, I was like, because I was quiet for a moment, but then I was like, do you like movies?
Yeah.
Do you like TV?
Yeah.
Do you like music? Do you like building things? Do you like Lego? Like, they're all distractions
everything
from existence.
I think everything that we do these days is a distraction from real world problems. Not everything, but like 80, 90%
But I think
of the
real
things
world
that we do.
problems are a distraction from...
Not like raising a child, working to earn money so that you can buy food.
I guess
They're
the
real
question
world
is, what
things.
isn't... Okay, if everything is a distraction, what isn't a distraction?
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Necessities. Things that aren't entertainment. But entertainment these days is probably 80% of our life. I think most of us
But also,
do
generally,
things-
good entertainment has a message as well. Like, that's why... that's why I
depends
liked...
on what you like.
Yeah. But that's why I liked the Tarantino movie because he...
All right, you liked it. Fucking hell.
He had a message there about,
Kinda.
Hollywood changing, being washed up, blah, blah, blah. I like things that have a bit of a message. If you don't, then you may as well just watch The Bachelor.
There was a Good Batuta Advocate article and it said something like, guy that wants exclusivity kicks woman out for not wanting exclusivity. And it was, I didn't read it right, but it was like what happened was there was some chick on the show that was like chatting up like one of the filmmen because she was attracted
I
to
saw
it.
the ad, yeah.
Yeah, and then
who gives a
and
fucking
he was
shit?
like, if you don't want me, if you're not taking this seriously and you don't want me, then you can get out of this show. Yet he's allowed to fucking make out with 10 different chicks
Correct.
at once.
Yeah. All right, pause. I go to the toilet.
All right.
Are we on?
Yeah. I won't leave that in.
All right, so we're just about done.
Just about done, yeah.
Did you see the...
Jack, you listening in?
Did you see...
You have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But move on.
Did you see the Star Wars trailer?
Yeah.
I said that I will never see a Star Wars movie again, and I still won't.
Okay.
The only reason...
You won't watch it full stop?
I didn't watch Solo.
Even if you watch it for free?
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
So you're paying for Netflix.
I won't. No.
You won't watch it on
won't
Netflix.
watch Netflix. My point is that I won't go to see a Star Wars movie
at the movies, yeah.
and I won't pay for it. However, if we are doing this podcast, I will, just as so we can talk about it. That's the only reason why.
Okay.
That's fair.
Oh, yep.
Well, I didn't see Solar. Like, I have no interest
The
in seeing
irony,
it.
I think...
It's just so that we can
I think the
talk about
irony
it.
is that now that I've had some time away from Star Wars movies, because there hasn't been one for ages, and I've reflected upon...
How long's it been? It's been
a year and a half? Year?
I think
May
Solar
last
came
year.
out May last year, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a long time. If you look... if you look at the period that we've been in of them releasing Star Wars movie after Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they've slowed down because
Correct.
they realise they're shit and no one wants to watch them anymore. How
Yeah.
the fuck do you fuck up Star Wars?
Anyway.
How do you make people not want to see Star Wars anymore?
I know. Anyway, the irony, I think, is that Solo is probably more appealing to you because I know you than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I would have liked Solo, but I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't care less. The trailer...
But watch it as a moviegoer. Don't watch it as a Star Wars film.
Yes, but it's called the same thing with Tarantino. I
Yeah,
think.
so don't worry.
Yeah,
just ignore it and
but
just
you
watch it
can't.
as a movie.
Yeah, but you can't.
You
ya?
can.
You cannot.
Not completely, but you can put that aside.
Because I think... Look, I said this already. I can't be bothered to repeat myself. But I think people would have liked that movie heaps if it was made by Captain No One as opposed to Tarantino. And it's the same thing...
In the indie community, yes.
It's
not in the mainstream community.
Maybe.
Whereas Tarantino is a mainstream filmmaker that makes indie movies.
Yeah. Yep. The trailer for Star Wars. Did you... Boring, uninteresting, cannot be bothered. But did you like how they've got like Dark Rey with her evil Rey lightsaber? That's obviously a dream.
She's done nothing.
Yeah, okay. We know that. I'm just talking solely about the trailer. Obviously, she's not turning bad.
Let's watch it again.
She's not turning bad. It's just going to be a dream sequence
Yeah.
of her fucking what you could be.
Yeah.
Like what they did with Luke in Empire when he fights Darth Vader in one of the greatest
and they
scenes
used that
ever.
in the trailer.
Yeah, I know.
They did.
You like how they showed you all the shit of Star Wars that you liked before showing you the shit that you think is crap?
What am I talking about? What's it called?
Star Wars
Rise of the
Episode 9.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit. Yeah, look, fuck.
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Yeah. But you can skip the first fucking 40 seconds, I reckon. Yeah, so it's got like Dark Rey, and she's got like a lightsaber.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This can't be the real one.
Pause it for a second. YouTube coming up every fucking time with that shit about doing to buy YouTube Premium. How many times do I have to say no? Why do you have to say no every time?
Because one time, some person might go, oh
fucking
it.
Jesus, I'll press. It's bullshit. It's fucking so annoying.
I'll give it a go.
How
Fuck
sick
it.
is YouTube?
They keep telling me about it.
I love listening to YouTube music when I'm doing the dishes.
I think that this is the thing, right? They know that it's not that good.
Yeah.
The bonus. So they're like, fuck, how do we get
They
people
know
to
what's
buy
not
this?
good.
The extra part of...
No, I think it's
buying
like
it.
let's force them into submission. Let's
yeah,
choke
but I
them
think if it was good, they wouldn't have to go that hard.
I disagree. Same with like Spotify. Like you would have Spotify Premium.
I've got Spotify Premium.
Yeah, we used to have it, and then we went back to free Spotify. It's so funny because it's like you can't choose a song.
Yeah.
What's the point of this thing?
Correct.
Can't
you can
choose
only listen to it on radio, yeah.
Or you can add it to your playlist.
Right.
So then you can listen to it on shuffle on your playlist, but you
really?
only get 6 skips an hour.
It's not worth it. Buy a fucking iPod.
Yeah, and illegally download the songs.
Yeah.
There was, I think we said this last week, when Netflix came out, it stopped pirating because it was like, here's all this stuff.
Yeah.
But now that you've got, what do you got? Netflix, Stan, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, Apple.
Yeah.
Did I say Amazon? In America, they've got every network.
HBO now.
Every network has their own thing.
Yep.
It's like
Disney Plus.
I need to go back to illegally downloading.
Yeah.
I cannot have 18 different fucking.
But there's so much shit on there, and there's still stuff that you like, especially in Australia, that you can't see without illegally downloading. Unless you have Foxtel.
Yeah, but all right.
Who's going to buy Foxtel now? Seriously.
Let's say you want, like, for sport, I guess. But anyway, it's like, let's say you want to watch the movie The Thing. One of the greatest movies of all time.
If it's not on
If it's not on Netflix, but it's on Stan, okay, I'll just get it illegally. I'm not going to own 48 different fucking streaming services. It's insane.
Yeah, I have Netflix and Stan. and I rarely watch either of them. I'm pretty much.
You should get rid of it then. It's a waste of money.
Deb watches shit on it, but
actually, you know what we're watching on Netflix, which I very much recommend.
I can't afford it though.
It's irrelevant.
Rich though.
That's irrelevant.
So you care too much, I think.
No, I don't care.
My money's going to go somewhere. I will watch shows on those things.
I like buying houses.
Yeah. But think about when you used to rent videos. You didn't like every single one that you watched, and they were fucking $6 each. So what's $10 a month?
I had a single mother. We were not getting overnighters. We were getting weeklies for $2 for the week. If we got an overnighter, we'd fucking won the lottery. All right, so take it easy.
How good was fucking renting video games from the video shop?
Yeah,
that was the best.
It was good.
Yeah,
There's something about character is leaving. The more that we're getting things easily. The character is going
about obtaining something.
Yeah,
there is definitely something about the act of receiving something, even if you get something.
But it's also the whole act. It's the whole act. It's all right. You ready to go? Yep. Jump in the car. Go to Blockbuster.
We'll go get Macca's.
Let's look around Blockbuster.
Fish and chips or something.
Yeah, it's like while I'm looking for the video, go order the pizza.
Yeah.
Go order the pizza. Come back. We're gonna watch this tonight.
Whole thing.
We're gonna watch this. This is the one we are going to watch. Oh, are you sure? How about we sift through 8,000 useless pieces of shit and then choose 0?
Yeah.
This is the choice.
Yeah.
And then you watch it.
Yeah.
How many times do you sit down to Netflix and just like not choose anything?
Yeah, I know.
But in saying that, Mindhunters on Netflix is fucking good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. That's about the serial killers, is it?
It's about psychology of serial killers.
Yeah.
And
I think...
They're trying to work out... It used to be like people killed people because their partner cheated on them or their business partner robbed them, so they killed them. It was straightforward.
Yeah.
But then you've got people killing randoms. It's like, why?
Yeah.
So it's very good. Mindhunters is grouse.
Yeah. All right, let's watch this.
Two Sons. I've seen that. Hey, there's Luke. I know Luke.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
I know Obi-Wan and the Millennium
Falcon.
Oh,
it's Leia.
Lea's here, Han's here. Remember the people that used to make Star Wars good?
Remember?
Remember the characters?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember the characters that you enjoyed seeing their growth?
Oh, look at this fight scene. That was awesome. Boba Fett, he's a badass. He's mysterious.
Remember the characters that made mistakes and journeys and grew?
Yeah.
Remember when characters weren't fucking the Terminator and were perfect in every way?
Remember the payoff when Lando came back with the Millennium Falcon?
Remember the payoff in the first one?
Let's quickly skim through the Phantom Menace. 2 seconds.
Forget about those ones.
Yeah, they didn't show any of the prequels. It was literally 5 seconds of prequels.
They fucking destroyed Star Wars.
Oh, the worst scene ever.
We've got to
the
fight.
Salt Planet.
We've got to fight for what we love, not fight what we hate. What the fuck does that mean?
I was going to sacrifice myself.
Yeah,
I'm the worst character, and I was going to do something good.
I was going to have a purpose. Evil C-3PO. Planets blowing up.
Oh, she's cut down a tree.
So
she's
tough.
a badass.
Oh, she's tough. Oh,
she's
tough.
Fucking tough. Oh, he's walking down a... What? Is that the Falcon?
No.
What is that? That's the same scene as Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting, except it's not fire. Oh, yeah, she's... Yeah.
Evil Rey. Now, obviously, if they made it... See...
I hope she goes evil. That's mad.
It would be interesting.
Disney
don't do anything. You know what Disney do? Disney remake The Lion King. Disney remake Aladdin. Disney remake Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
Disney remake A Jungle Story.
Fuck off.
If they were to make this movie interesting in any way, they can't. It's the last movie.
No.
But let's say it was the second movie. If it was the second movie, you would do a story where perfect Mary Sue Ray...
Has a challenge.
No. She's
okay.
perfect in every way. She meets the ghost of the emperor, and he's just like, they lied to you. I'll show you your parents. They loved you. Join me. And she's like, fuck it, I'll join you. And then the Princess Leia and the goodies are like, fuck me, we've got now Rey's against us and Kylo Ren's against us. And then Kylo Ren has an epiphany, and he's just like, I've learnt from my mistakes. I had a vision from Darth Vader. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, Mum. Rey versus Kylo reversed. They're good and bad reversed. That's something.
Something.
And that's literally, you know when I came up with that? Now.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah, nah. It'll all play out
That's
nicely.
a dream. Her being bad
dream,
is
yeah.
a dream. This is what could happen. I know that because Luke did that.
Yeah, exactly.
In 1982.
Yeah.
They should. You know what? Actually, they never should have done the prequels. And
I like.
They especially
I like the
Star
prequels.
Wars. 3 movies should have been Star Wars. End of story. Godfather. 3 movies. There doesn't need to be a 4th. There doesn't need to be a Godfather cinematic universe. And when I first heard that they are doing Terminator with Sarah Connor, I initially thought, fuck, that is sick. There's a new Star Wars, there's a new Terminator trailer, and I'm just like,
No.
don't destroy Sarah Connor.
Don't do it.
Don't destroy Sarah Connor. Leave her there in 1992.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Why do they have to keep... There's so many
Do you know
stories you can
why?
make up.
Because it sells.
What?
Same way
But
the
how did
Lion
we get
King,
to a point that it does sell?
the same way the Lion King beat out Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as the most watched movie because it's the Lion King. I know people who say, I love the Lion King, so I'm going to see this one. Go watch the car. Go watch. You've got it on VHS.
Yeah, I know. Watch it again.
That's what I said to you last week. It's like, just because it's called something doesn't mean that you should automatically go see it. But that's what they bank on. They bank on your memory of things. And man, if they destroy Sarah Connor, I'll be so upset. Because
you did.
When?
With the fucking Genesis or whatever it was.
She was. Oh, with Daenerys.
Yeah.
No, but they've got Linda Hamilton, is what I'm saying. It's different. That wasn't Sarah Connor. That was little girl. This is Linda Hamilton, for fuck's sake. And I hope they don't destroy her.
They will.
Because you always hear
Don't see it then.
No, it won't be. The only again, like Star Wars, the only reason why I'll see it is if you see it and we can bag it, and it's
Well, you haven't seen. Well, you
humour.
have seen The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Solo. Solo's irrelevant.
Yeah. But like when you hear these the stupid arguments about how like there's no strong female characters, there are plenty of them, and you've got one. I'm begging, don't kill Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor.
Let's go see Star Wars together. I would normally go with my family because that's been my thing. Like for all the other ones, I always go with my brother and my mum. But let's go see that.
Yeah.
And then I want to hear the thoughts immediately without any YouTube videos.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
But so what are we going to do? We're going to watch
Let's
it.
do a podcast immediately after.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. Because my thoughts on...
because it'll be good to hear the immediate thoughts after seeing it at the movie unfiltered.
Yeah. Because the problem with that, which I'm happy to do that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah.
when I watched it and I went home and I had seen no review on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I watched 0 because I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
And Julia she didn't want to watch it because she doesn't like Tarantino, but she likes watching reviews of the movies, which is fine.
Yeah.
So she watched the reviews of these guys.
And you watched it as well because you were there.
No, I never watched the review.
Okay.
I watched the movie and I came
As
home.
in before.
I watched the movie.
Right.
She watched the review.
After you watched the movies?
No, before.
Right.
She watched the reviews. I watched the movie. I came home and she's like, what do you think? And I go, it was okay, but there was just no tension. There was 0 tension the whole time. I never felt nervous or scared or anxious. There was 0 tension. And she goes to me, oh, you're just saying that because the YouTubers said that. And I'm like, I haven't seen the YouTube video yet. She's like, yes, I know you have. I'm like, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah. Good.
Done?
Done.
Okay, a couple of last things. I have a neighbour who Bear was barking at like 2 p.m.
Is this this is the crackhead neighbour? Yeah.
2 p.m. Bear was barking because I was playing with him. He comes and says, shut your dog up.
Yeah.
It's fucking 2 p.m., you douchebag.
Yeah. It's a dog.
I hate neighbours.
It's an animal.
I wish I could build...
I have
A wall.
people that I know that when they move into a new place, they go and introduce themselves.
Fuck off.
I've never done. I mean, I've only moved out twice, but this time with Deb, we don't know any of them. We had one guy come over and ask us something. Can't remember what he asked us.
High fences make good neighbours.
Yeah, I don't. And then they're like, you never know what you might need them for. What could I possibly need them for? What? Tell me what. Tell me what.
I hate them.
You might need. Okay, the shop's around the corner. One, that's a 5-minute drive. Don't need anything. Cool, that's done. Oh, if someone steals your dog, they're probably likely to be the one that steals or poisons my dog.
Yeah.
Sweet. What else could I need them for? To grab my mail. I don't get mail.
Yeah.
Sweet. Nothing. I don't need my neighbours.
I had my neighbours with like the perfect family. 2 kids. I'm a psychiatrist or something. You know, they come to introduce themselves and they knock on the door and they're like, hi. I'm like, yeah. They're like, what's next door? I'm like,
Okay.
all right. Well, what do you want? I always want to introduce yourself. All right.
How are you to people at shops and like at like services? Like I was thinking this when I was at the dentist. I give people nothing.
What do you mean?
Like so the chick behind the reception. How are you going today? Yeah, good. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't give him anything more. And then this guy who was paying before me, he's like, oh, you know, she's like, oh, what do you got on for the rest of the day? Oh, yeah, I'm going for a bike ride. Oh, I hate spandex. They're talking about spandex or fucking whatever the fuck it is for ages. I'm like, I can't imagine anything worse
I've
than
got the
talking.
patience. Like,
I don't care that you know what I'm doing later today.
Yeah.
What are you going to use it for? The people in the dentist's office, they're like, what do you got on later today? I'm like, I'm filming a podcast. They're like, oh, that's awesome. What do you do? I'm like,
it's not. Don't listen. It's
we
not.
Sit on a couch and talk shit.
If you listen to the podcast, you'll realise it's not awesome.
No.
Yeah.
It's just because you've never done it.
What about the people who...
Do you give people anything? I don't.
I do.
I'm a bit of a dick. I'm a bit of a dick to people, even at shops.
I know how to be human. That's all I do.
Being human's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not rude to them. I'll say, yes, thank you. Yep, please.
I'll try to
thank
get
you,
them
blah,
on
blah,
side.
blah.
I'll be like, how's it going? Yeah, not bad. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. You,
I hate people...
The most I'll say is you, busy, that's it. They're the words that I'll say. Like, even when I get my hair cut, like...
I love silence.
I go to the same dude all the time to get my hair cut, and we'll talk about some things here and there, but even still, we're both generally not talking, which is totally fine with me, and it's fine with him.
Imagine being a hairdresser where you have to talk all day.
Kill me.
Yeah. I like silence with the hairdresser. My hairdresser's brilliant. He's grouse. And I feel like I want to give him a break.
Yeah. I know.
Like, he's probably talking to
I'm
these
doing you a
women
favour by
all
not
day.
talking.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
he's like, how's it going? I go, "Oi, don't worry about it. Just let's sit quietly and you cut quiet. Give everything a rest. Give your jaw a rest.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
You don't have to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love
I'm
people.
good when I'm providing the service. I'm okay with... I don't really enjoy small talk much at all. If we've got a common interest, sweet, that's sick. Like, I'll talk to you, whatever. But and some people would argue, well, how do you know if you've got a common interest if you don't talk? I don't care.
I also don't
need to.
Yeah,
I've got enough friends.
We've said that before. It's like, I will be more than polite, but I've got enough of people. Yeah, I've got enough.
If I need more, then I will reach out to more.
Yeah, and I'm lucky that I've got those people.
Yeah,
but even they're too much. I hate people who just talk. They just are talking.
Yeah.
Saying zero.
What you're saying is
people who narrate their own life. It's
kills me.
How's it going? When I say to someone, how's it going? Your response is not bad.
Yeah, good, not bad. It could be better.
How's it going? Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got up this morning. And you know what happened this morning, right? So anyway, I thought we had tea bags. Didn't have them. So then I was like,
What
where
did I
are
have
they?
to do? Go down to the shop.
So I was like, where are the tea bags?
and then
I was
they
looking
start
everywhere.
a podcast.
And I was like, why are you telling me? I don't care about anything that you have to say.
Just another thing, why are you listening to us?
Yeah, well, that's a true point. If you are
Why
listening...
are you? We have nothing good to offer.
I think I get nervous when people message me about the podcast. I think I got 2 during the week. One from my mate Jally, who I was wearing the shit beanie last week.
Yeah.
Jally is a really good carpenter who is actually on the block. He's one of the builders on the block.
Okay. Is he?
Yeah. And he's got he's made these beanies of his company.
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, can I sponsor one of my beanies for you to wear next time instead of that piece of shit you had on your head? I go, yes. And then I got, and then Jen messaged me.
Yeah.
And Jen goes, oh my God, I'm listening to your podcast. And I'm like, oh God, having a fucking heart attack. I'm like, oh, what did I say about her? What did I say about CLC? What did I say about women? What did I say? I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I know.
And then she's like, oh my God, I'm laughing so hard at my desk. And I'm like, bullshit.
Your mate, I can't remember who it was. I gave him shit on our Facebook, and I probably pretended to be you.
Well, I haven't got Facebook, so
he
it's
probably
not me.
thought it was you. Nah, because he was like, I said, oh, this Thursday, the podcast that no one wanted to hear. No, it wasn't.
It came out Friday.
No, I put up Thursday.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I said, like, the podcast that no one wanted to hear, you got it, or some shit like that. And they were like, when's it coming out? I go, learn how to fucking read.
I think that was my cousin.
I said, it says that. He goes, I thought that's when you were advertising. I was like, no. So, yeah, that was me. So you can have a go at me.
Yeah, no, sorry, shit. What did Jen say? Oh, yeah, and then, she said it was really funny. She's laughing. She was listening to it at her desk while she was laughing. I was like, oh, that's good. And then she wrote back like half an hour later. She goes, hey, I'm not a fucking loser. Because I must have said, if you like this podcast, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, look, here you go. Shivers.
Oh,
No, Jelly. It was Jelly.
yeah.
He goes, here we go. When's it going? I go, the moment 3 people have been waiting for. We're back this Thursday. Don't listen to us. When's it going? I said, learn how to read. He goes, I thought you were saying you were recording it on Thursday, you loser. Sorry we weren't clear enough. Just for you, it'll be up Thursday.
Fucking dickhead. Well, he's the one who's going to sponsor a beanie.
Yeah, good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jelly.
Anything to finish on?
I'm done. This is a long one again. Fuck me. Why do they have to go so long?
Beep that joke. We're done. Good night.